on carrying the day after the day is done. There's a moment that comes after survival that nobody really prepares you for. It's not the crisis. It's not the pain spike. It's not the move, the loss, the scramble. It's the moment after, when the body finally says, okay, you can stop now. And you stop, and nothing rushes in to replace the motion. That's when the weight shows up, because momentum was doing more work than you realized. It was holding you upright. It was giving you permission to exist. When momentum leaves, you're left alone with gravity. That's where I am. I didn't fall apart today. I didn't quit. I didn't disappear. I just stopped running. And when I stopped, I felt how much I'd been carrying. Pain has a way of rearranging your identity, not loudly, quietly. You don't wake up one morning and say, I am now a person in pain. It happens sideways. You start planning your movements. You start negotiating with chairs. You start choosing lying flat over sitting upright, because you've learned what costs more. And somewhere in there you start feeling less legitimate, like the world belongs to the upright, the energetic, the visibly busy. And if you're not one of them, if you're horizontal, quiet, still, you start to feel like you're trespassing in your own life. That's a brutal illusion, but it's convincing when your back hurts and your future feels narrow. I noticed today how easily shame fills silence. If I'm doing something, typing, producing, making noise, the shame stays quiet, but if I'm still, really still, it starts talking. It asks questions nobody asked out loud. Why aren't you out there? Why aren't you doing more? Why does it seem like everyone else figured this out? Those questions feel external. They feel like they're coming from other people. They're not. They're coming from an old internal agreement that says worth must be visible. Hospitals break that agreement. They suspend it. Inside a hospital, lying still is a virtue. Rest is evidence of cooperation. Doing nothing is compliance, not failure. Outside the hospital, the agreement snaps back, and suddenly rest looks suspicious again. I don't want to live under that agreement anymore. But breaking it takes time, and right now time is moving slower than my patience. I'm on an island. People think that means something. They think it means escape, or peace, or beauty. But an island also means distance, containment, edges you can't walk past. Loneliness feels different when the water goes all the way around. I don't have someone I can call right now, not casually, not without context. That's a specific kind of absence. It doesn't scream, it hums, and the hum gets louder when you're tired. I keep reminding myself of what's true, even when it doesn't feel comforting. That most people I pass are carrying something invisible. That confidence is often just good posture. That ease is frequently temporary. I know that intellectually, but knowing doesn't cancel feeling. So instead of trying to correct the feeling, I'm learning to let it exist without obeying it. That's harder than it sounds. There's a voice that says, if you just pushed a little more, you'd feel better. That voice is a liar. It's dressed like discipline, but it's actually impatience. My body doesn't need more pushing. It needs proof that stopping won't be punished. That's what today is about. Proof. Proof that I can lie flat and still be myself. Proof that I can be quiet and not disappear. Proof that a day can end without me extracting meaning from it. I made things during worse pain than this. That's true. But I also had walls then that told me I was allowed to heal. Right now, I'm rebuilding those walls from the inside, slowly, clumsily, with trial and error. Some days that means writing. Some days that means a single sentence. Some days that means nothing at all. None of those days are wasted. They're just differently shaped. There's something else I've noticed. And this matters. Even on the days I feel useless, something in me is still sending signals. Songs go out, words go out, and somewhere quietly someone says, yeah, that. That doesn't fix my back. It doesn't fix my loneliness. But it reminds me that I still register, that I still resonate. And resonance doesn't require constant output. It requires honesty when output happens. I don't need to win tonight. I don't need to be impressive. I just need to not turn my tiredness into a moral failure. Tomorrow will ask things of me. I'll answer then. Tonight is asking for less, a closed door, a softened light, a body allowed to settle. If you're listening to this and you feel the same drag, the same invisible weight, you're not broken. You're not behind. You're just in the quiet stretch after effort and before recovery feels good. That stretch feels pointless until it ends. But it always ends. For now, I'm staying, not striving, not escaping, not explaining, just staying long enough for my body to believe that nothing bad happens when I stop moving. That's the work tonight. And it's enough.